My father immigrated from Haiti to the United States in the late 60s as a teenager, and I want to talk about these recent comments about the Haitians in Springfield, Ohio. First, I want to say my father and I are now estranged, but I did know him in my very, very young years, and when he immigrated, he was one person, and they weren't sending, thousands of Haitians in one area. He wasn't eating people's pets and he didn't practice voodoo. But he did say that most of the island, the majority of the island, does practice voodoo. The reason they eat cats is for two reasons. Number one is survival. This is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. You can't just go to a food bank like you can here, or just go to McDonald's and get some free or cheap food. Unless, of course, there's a Christian missionary there. People in the United States have a really hard time imagining that type of thing, but it is true. Second, they do animal sacrifices for their religion, voodoo. They make these animal sacrifices to these gods for different reasons. You can do your own research on this. Do I think voodoo is a demonic religion? Yes, I do. That doesn't mean that you hate these people. These people need prayer. But you can't just take over all these people from another country and expect it to work. Not to mention, it doesn't fix the problems of that country. And there's more people left in Haiti that we can bring over. It's not racist to acknowledge that this is a problem. It's not racist to talk about these things that are happening. This is not just white Americans saying this is Black Americans. You can look at the people in Springfield, Ohio saying that this is happening. Y'all just want to joke about Trump and say that he's crazy for saying that this is happening instead of actually checking at all to see if this is happening. You want to make jokes about these things. Well, what if it were happening to you and your community? And no, it's beyond eating their pets, even though that is bad enough.
Just 2 days ago during the debates, the media claimed that Haitian immigrants were not eating the animals in Springfield, Ohio. They claimed that it was a conspiracy theory, and everyone laughed. Well, here we are just 2 days later, and now the media is reporting that the Haitian immigrants are in fact eating the animals in Springfield, Ohio, thus proving that the only difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth has now been reduced to about 42 hours, I would say. But just yesterday, this is what they were reporting. Just yesterday, they were reporting that there were no reports of Haitian immigrants eating the ducks and the birds until people like me and others on the internet uncovered 911 calls, and now they've been forced to admit the truth. So this should show you why you can't trust the mainstream media, because they will lie to you every step of the way. They will gaslight you every step of the way, no matter how much proof is out there. But they're doing whatever they can to try to stop this story from spreading. So I'm going to need your help. I, along with others, we're doing what we can to expose what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. And it's up to you to help us spread this news, because unfortunately, not only are we working against the mainstream media here, not only are we up against the machine, if you will, we're up against our fellow neighbors and our fellow Americans, some of which you'll see in the comment section of this video, who are trying to stop this truth from being spread, because I guess they have their own agendas. They've allowed politics to cloud their vision. They want to believe what the mainstream media is saying instead of using their own eyes and ears and seeing and hearing the truth about what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. Personally, I think it's kind of funny that people think it's far-fetched that Haitian immigrants would eat pets or ducks, when in all reality, if you've been watching my channel or if you follow me over on X, you already know that Haitians are literally eating other people in the middle of the street during their little gang wars that are happening in Haiti as we speak. It wasn't that long ago that Haiti was taken over by a guy named Barbecue. He's called Barbecue because he barbecues and eats his enemies. So yeah, they're literally eating people in the middle of the streets of Haiti. I can't show you the video here. I've posted them over on X before. But oh God, we got to pretend like it's impossible for them to eat a freaking duck, right? It's insane how brainwashed people are by the mainstream media. It's actually really sad to see, because you would think that most people would have broken out of these chains by now, but they haven't, folks. They really haven't. But overall, I'm not here to convince you of anything, because the people of Springfield, Ohio can convince you themselves. So what I'm really here to do is I'm here to amplify the voices of the people who live in Springfield, Ohio. Because before I listen to the mainstream media, before I listen to some woke twat on social media repeating the talking points of the mainstream media, I'm going to listen to the people who are the most affected, the people who actually live in these areas. And I would encourage you all to do the same, because that's the only place where you're going to get the truth. So without further ado, let's go ahead and listen to someone who lives in Springfield, Ohio, about some of the problems that are going on, and then I'll be right back with more.
The homeless problem. I don't know of a single homeless Haitian in this town, because they all got vouchers. But I can show you a whole bunch of people that have been displaced, because I'm that guy. Rob, you know, for 25 years I've worked with the homeless in this community. You know, a lot of people don't know, because I'm not the guy out there blowing the horn. Because it ain't about me. It's the Jesus in me that goes out there and does it. Trust me, there's days I'm tired. But I'll get into homeless camps that nobody in a suit and tie will walk into. None. They trust me because I've never let them down. You know, and guys, if you don't think it's here right now, in October, we are getting ready to hit a wall here. There is not any relief for the homeless. The homeless people in this community are not the people you think they are. The squatters that aren't happening. It's not there. There's veterans. Come see me. I'm not real hard to find. Ask anybody on the street. They'll tell you how to get a hold of me. I'll take you there. And no, they don't want your toothpaste and your peanut butter sandwiches. They want you to come up with a solution to why they're displaced, why they lived in a house. I personally know, and I'll testify under oath, my hand to God, somebody that lost their house. They were there 7 years. The landlord said, hey, I need you to move out, find a temporary place. I'm going to remodel it, and then you can come back.
Thank you,
It was a
Baron.
lie. They moved him out, tripled the rent.
Thank you.
Followed
Thank you for
the
speaking.
money.
You know the problem is bad when even the homeless people are complaining. Because a lot of these homeless people, folks, just an FYI, they weren't homeless a few months ago, a year ago, a couple of years ago, before their community was flooded with all of these Haitian immigrants. They are being priced out of their homes and apartments because the landlords are raising the price times 3, times 4, because the government is willing to pay that to house these Haitian immigrants. So meanwhile, your veterans, your grandmas, your grandpas, your uncles, hell, you're getting thrown out on the street and, for lack of better words, replaced by people who are getting a totally free ride out of this situation. But this is just one of the many problems happening in this community. And as I stated in my last video, the conversation right now, the conversation is all centered around, well, did the Haitian immigrant eat a duck? Well, did it eat a dog or a cat? As if there's not a million other things going wrong. You know, like, it's like, yes, the Haitians are eating the animals, folks. I'm sorry if you think that's a myth or some conspiracy. It's real. But in the grand scheme of things, there's even bigger problems because people are getting killed. Old ladies are getting killed. Kids are getting killed. And people are being forced out of the homes, some of which have lived in these places for 40-something years, just to be replaced by some random person from some other country who has no business being here, who doesn't fit in our society, who doesn't fit in with our culture, who doesn't fit in with our values. It's just, it's happening on such an extreme level. And it all happened, in many ways, it happens slowly but fast. Because this isn't a problem that just happened overnight, but it's something that's like, by the time you realize what's going on, it's too late. It happened too fast in a way. But if you can spot the signs, like right now, me and you, those of us whose eyes are open and we're not brainwashed, we can see the writing on the wall here. We can see what comes next. We know where this is headed. We know that this is coming to our town next. You know what I mean? So, in many ways, we still have an opportunity here to stop this problem from getting worse. Because if tomorrow or the next day this starts happening in your community, you can't sit here and pretend like you didn't have any type of warning, because Springfield, Ohio is our warning. And if you want me to be real with you, if people were paying attention to what's going on over in Europe, you would already know that this is a recipe for disaster. Look at France. Look at, what is it? Ireland, the UK, all over the place, man. Things are not going well when they start flooding these countries with these immigrants that are coming from places like Haiti and other places in Africa, Venezuela, you name it. There's a lot of violent people coming. Half of them are fighting age men. It's not a lot of women and kids anymore like it used to be. And it's just all hell is breaking loose all over the world. And it's been happening for a long time overseas. You know what I mean? Those of you who have been paying attention, you know this. It's been going on for years over there. And now we're becoming just like them. But I'm going to continue looking into this situation. I got a lot more evidence. We got a lot more firsthand accounts. The people of Springfield, Ohio are speaking out, and we're going to be listening to them over here on this channel at least. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.